and sisters, this is your boy, Montre. You watching Fred Brother TV. Today I'm going to talk about what made me want to decide to be out about my sexuality. Being out is very difficult, especially for masculine guys. If everybody assumes you're straight, because from the time you are a little boy to whatever age you are now, everybody's going to assume you're straight. That's just the given. That's the default sexuality. You're straight. And so you're told that even though you don't feel it. And then people begin to question, you're either the type of guy that either dates a lot of girls, even though you don't really feel it, to hide the fact that you're gay, or you're the type of guy that stays away from girls and you immerse yourself in something else. And so, like your hobbies or whatever, and people will say, well, why isn't he dating any girls, or why hasn't he found a wife yet, or why doesn't he have any kids? Oh, he's just the type of guy that, he just likes, he's really into whatever he does. He doesn't have time for that. So people write it off. But after you start getting a certain age, people start saying, is he gay? They start whispering. And you hear the whispers, you know it. You hear it. You hear the rumors. And then you have to come to grips with either one, you're going to keep on hiding it, or two, you're just going to be real with yourself. The problems come when you have to find ways of hiding it. The problems come when you have to overcompensate to keep people believing you're straight. You have to do things to prove you're straight now. You have to get in a relationship, or you go and have a baby to prove you're straight, or you get married to prove you're straight, and that happens. I've known some guys that got married all of a sudden. So, and to each his own. Some people are bisexual, so if they decide to get married, hopefully it's somebody that they're really attracted to, and not because they're trying to prove a point. I came to grips with myself because at first it was like I was putting my family ahead of how I felt. I didn't want to hurt them. I didn't want to hurt my mother. I was like, oh, I'm so concerned, I really didn't care about what everybody else thought, but I didn't want to disappoint her. So I got to the point where I was disappointing myself, though. I was sneaking around too much. I was just, pulling away, because the more I felt like I needed to hide, the further away I had to be away from the people that I cared about, which was my family. I had to separate myself. I moved to California just to be myself, because I felt like I couldn't be myself around the people that was my family. So you should never get to that point where, you can't be yourself. You can't be real with yourself. Religion didn't really keep me from being real, because I had already studied enough about religion, and I really kind of felt like religion wasn't controlling me anymore, because I had studied enough about it and the origins of it that it wasn't blocking me. But because I had been raised down south, there was a lot of things about being in a same-sex relationship that was still confusing for me, because I was trying to, that was another reason why I was very slow. I was a slow bloomer because I was trying to base a homosexual relationship the same way you would a heterosexual relationship. Like, who runs the relationship? The guy usually runs the relationship, so when you have two guys, who runs the relationship? I had to break myself out of that thinking, because nobody runs a relationship. When you are in a relationship, it's a partnership, so it's 50-50. But I had been raised in a heterosexual Christian world where a man ruled over everything. So I felt like, oh my gosh, if I if I decide to be in a relationship with a guy, will I have to let a guy rule over me, or do I have to find a guy I can rule over? So I had to break out of that thinking. I had to break out of that religious thinking. I had to break out of that a man needs to do this and a man needs to do that. And I had to start opening my mind to love. Like, what do you do in a relationship when you love somebody? And what do you receive in a relationship when you love somebody? So I got to a whole new mindset. I moved to California to figure, I had to get out of my environment, my old environment, for one, because I had been raised down south. You know how Southern people can be. And I started realizing that the whole world did not think like my neighborhood. The whole world did not think like the church I went to. And I started realizing nobody really cared about my sexuality, you know, especially if I was open about it. When I started telling people, the people that did not like it just stayed away. And you start realizing the people that do not like you don't even matter. You don't even really talk to those people. The people that are your real friends will be there. They're going to still be there. They're going to still love you. They may not agree with everything, but they'll still love you. So that's all good, because I don't agree with everything that everybody else does either. But hey, you know what? You got to be yourself. And when I got to that point, I think it was a new freedom. It was like, it's like when you have to really fart really bad and you just let it go. That feeling is like, whoa, man. I just let go a lot of gas. So being in the closet is like holding in a fart, and you really gotta let it go. You just, but God, I'm afraid to fart because I'm afraid everybody's gonna smell it, and then what are they gonna say? But then you fart and everybody just laughs and you laugh too. That's what being out is like. It's just like, woo! Did y'all smell that? Woo! Lord, I've been holding that in. It's that kind of feeling. So if you want to be out and you really don't know, and you're scared, don't let that fear keep you from living your life. Don't let that fear keep you from being yourself. Because you got to love you first. You got to accept yourself first. And when you do, your whole world changes. Your whole world changes when you accept yourself. And you don't care what other people think, but you care about what you think, and you care about what you feel. It's like releasing a fart. All that pressure is gone. I know that's nasty, but that's the only illustration I could get in my head at the time. Oh my gosh. Anyways, that's all I gotta say for today. Tell me what you think about that. If you have a coming out story, go ahead and write it in the comments. Let me know. Remember, if you don't do it, then who will?